I don't know about anybody else, but when I first start playing games like this, I am extremely nervous on spending any kind of resource. I don't know why. I'm very panicky, and I start to panic that I'm spending resources that I shouldn't be spending, and then I'm going to watch one of these videos down the line and be like, damn, why did I spend all of that resource? I've now put my account behind. I'm behind everybody. I hate myself. I'm never playing the game again. It might not be as aggressive as that, but as I've been wandering around, you might have noticed in the left-hand side that I have been collecting Jade fish. You get it from collecting pretty much anything, opening chests, stuff like that. And the Jade fish is a seasonal resource. And it's one that you should definitely spend. And not be shy about spending. You see, because the Jade fish is going to give you some epic resources. As I just need to smash through these butters and hammer them. If you haven't chosen tank, by the way, in this game, you guys are missing out. You guys are missing out. You don't have to block anything. If parrying has never been your strong suit, choose tank. I'm a Moblade player to my core. This is it's really simple. Put shield on. Charge up. 2 big damage. But anyway, about those fish. Now, to spend your fish, you have to go in season and open up the season shop. If you didn't know where that was, that is it's right here. And then you are going to have these options. I'm not sure if there's going to be more, because it's a little bit smaller than I was expecting it to be in terms of options. But you'll already see here, I have a ton of fish. And I maxed out in the first week. And then you can have up to 20,000 again this week. But again, just from playing the game, you're going to get so many of these fish. Now, there are certain things in this seasonal shop that I would definitely recommend that you get. Now, it is up to you on the Oscillating Jade. I would rather grind for that. But you can get 100 of these weekly. 100 sets of just one. So it's only 100 Jade. But anyway, the inner way notes, they're fine. You can do them every single week, but I wouldn't prioritize them. The martial arts tips, I would, because these are really important in taking your martial arts to the next level. If you don't know what they are, they're your weapons, basically, of the martial arts. So I would recommend always buying these, just like I have already bought this week's restock on this. Now, you can't get the weekly Jade Fish collection until you've collected 10,000 Jade Fish. We're nowhere near yet, but I will then go on to buy that again afterwards, because as we keep getting uncapped and being able to progress, you're going to need these martial arts tips in order to push your gear to the next level. Now, next up is gear chests, and obviously the tier 51 chests are what you want, but it doesn't matter at any tier. I was buying tier 31 and tier 41. I don't really recommend that, because you fly through levels in this game, and none of that gear really matters as soon as you hit the tier 51 gear. So I would genuinely lay off of that, and it'll be the same once we get the unlocks for 56 or 61 or whatever. I'll stop buying them. But as you can see here, I've already maxed out this week's. I got naff all. I will say that. I got naff all. But when you break weapons down at tier 51, I can go in and I'm going to get tuning stones. So it actually ends up being really important, because the more stuff that you break down that is tier 41 and 51, it's going to give you those tuning stones, which opens up a whole new aspect of the game. But even just getting a ton of weapons that you're not going to use and then using them for tuning stones is huge, because the resource E in the tuning stones is absolutely insane. Like if I go and I take a piece of gear and I tune it to this, and I say I want to take it to the next bit, it uses 6. And you might not get good rolls, so you're going to have to keep re-rolling and re-rolling. So the more of these tuning stones that you can get, the better. So getting tons of gear isn't a problem. Those are definitely the things that I would spend your money on in the season shop. Spend your fish. Do not be afraid to do it. But anyway, that's going to be it for this video. I hope that it helps you, because it was a resource that I just saved for most of the first week and never spent. And then when I started spending it, luckily I didn't miss that week's cap. I was like, oh man, I messed up. This is just basically the only thing you can spend it on is season shop. And there is never going to be a point where you want to have saved up more than a week's worth once you've hit the cap. There's never any point where you want to save up more than a week's worth. So yeah, I made that huge mistake. Hopefully you guys don't. Good luck. I hope you're enjoying the game. New to the channel, hit subscribe for more of this content.